Hi, welcome to session 19 and today is Strideouts. So today we're getting out and about and we're going to do a session on implementing Strideouts into your running. So Strideouts are something that are really nice and they should be a little bit fun or a lot of fun to do, and they help incorporate a bit of speed work into your running without it being too tiring.
So they're good for anyone, not just beginners, but they are good for people that are starting to run after you've got some good base sort of built up. You can start to include these as a way of injecting a bit of pace instead of having to do interval sessions as such.
Yeah.
But they're also really good for experienced runners. If you feel like you're getting a bit ploddy or you're not enjoying your runs, these actually make you feel sharper and stronger if you do them right as well.
Yeah. So how do we do Strideouts? So we're going to demonstrate them in a little bit, but before we do that, we'll just talk you through them. So Strideouts are a section of running, not very long, probably 20 or 30 seconds, but they aren't a flat out from the start. They are a gradual increase of speed, and then you hold that speed and then a gradual deceleration. So it's not like a sprint or an interval session as such, but they are more a gradual acceleration and then a deceleration. And we're going to demonstrate this because it takes a little bit of practice to do as well, but it's just trying to get your mindset into that isn't an interval type session. Also, one of the other key things of these is a nice long recovery as well. So we recommend just walking between each stride out, just as a way to get plenty of recovery. It also helps you think about how the last repetition felt, and just think about that feeling as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to use a section ideally between 50 and 100 metres. We like to do these on grass if we can because it's a little bit softer, a little bit more forgiving. And if you can pick some points, that gives you some reference markers as well. So just to emphasise the stride out, the phases of the stride out. So we start off with the acceleration phase. So it's a real gradual acceleration, and then we aim to hit just before halfway, about 90-95% of our max effort. And then we just hold that for a couple of seconds, and then it's a real nice gradual deceleration back down. So it's not like a ramp up, hold it, and then go, oh, and then just stop. So it's a nice gradual deceleration. Kim's going to demonstrate this for us.
It shouldn't feel like you need to just flat stop and lay down on the ground either. It should feel powerful and it should feel good. If you've got your head up and your arms are driving, it does make you feel strong, and it shouldn't completely destroy you either.
No, and that's one of the key things is the long recovery as well. So by the time you start the next one, then you would feel well recovered and ready to go. As we were saying, we've got a nice clear distance, and if you've got the choice of slightly up or slightly down, then do it slightly down, and it allows you to just feel that speed a little bit more without too much resistance. So we're going to start off nice and steady, and then we're gradually ramping up the speed so that by halfway we're about 90-95% of max. We hold it for a couple of seconds and then gradually slowing it down. So it's a gradual deceleration. And then we're at the finish. Okay, so we're going to start off nice and slow, and then you can see how Kim's gradually increasing the pace. And what you see is her arm movement, her elbow drive is even more exaggerated. The knees are coming up higher, so that whole movement is exaggerating your normal running form. And a lot of the time, when we are, a lot of the time when we're just running normally, we're not really using our arms and knees as much.
Yeah, if you see me running and doing an easy run normally, everything's a lot lower. And what strides do, as well as reminding you that you can do that, it helps you understand how good it feels to do that. So if you are feeling sluggish and you're kind of losing your beans a little bit on a run, you can take that stride form and just implement it. You don't have to go fast, but just picking your feet up, something again like I don't do as often as I could, that really helps to remind me how that feels and how that helps you.
Yeah. So if you turn, Kim turns to the side now, and then. So what we're saying is when she's doing that, if you watch next time, her elbows are coming backwards. So that's your elbow drive coming back. Her knees are coming up a little bit higher. And can you do your knees and arms at the same time? Oh, now we're thinking. Yeah. So we're exaggerating the running movement, and that's getting your body used to that movement and that flow and that feeling of actually running fast. And then that's going to translate into your slower running as well. Have another go? Let's go.
What, do one? Do a whole one?
Do a whole one. So you can see the heels are starting to come up a little bit more and the elbows are coming back. Really driving in the middle and then a real gradual deceleration. And then when we finish, we're going to have a nice walk back. So there's no need to run or jog. Have a nice recovery. The idea is that you have plenty of recovery between these, which allows you to focus on the effort being fun rather than an interval session. See, Kim's even smiling. She's enjoying it so much. Not because you've done this about 10 times now. 100 times, 100 takes.
111.
Take 122. This walking back time also just allows you to absorb what you've done, think about what you've done and how it felt. And then when we get back, we're going to do it again. We recommend doing anything between 2 and 6 to 8 of these. If you're just starting with them, then I would implement them towards the end of your run and it gives you a bit of a chance to warm up. And then as you improve and your body gets used to them, then you could do them after you've warmed up for a few minutes running and then use them as a warm up for a run or a harder session as well. They're quite good to do before a race. That's quite a common warm up to do as well. So yeah, have fun with them and let us know how it goes. Go on then. I lost you.